What if telepathy were real? If telepathy is real. No, not that type of telepathy. It's about scientifically created telepathy that uses electroencephalography, or EEG. Brain-to-brain communication first happened in 2014, during an experiment conducted by Starlab, Axilum Robotics, and Harvard Medical School. But participants were only able to send and receive simple messages. And they had to use binary codes to spell out each word. It was slow. It could take up to 70 minutes to send and receive a 4-letter message. It was more like Morse code than real telepathy. But in the future, could there be fully functional telepathy equipment? We have a long way to go before we can share our thoughts seamlessly with someone else. But it's not impossible. The 2014 study had to use binary codes to send messages because scientists don't know how the brain codes electrical signals. But if we can decode our brain's language, we would unlock our full telepathic potential. We'd also need to create wearable tech. This is definitely not fashionable. Instead, you'd have smaller EEG readers that look slicker and cooler. Eventually, you could have the option of having the EEG reader permanently installed under your skin. But that could leave you vulnerable to hacking. I'll have more on that later. The EEG reader would allow you to send thoughts as an electrical code. But you'd also need something to receive code from other people. This is where magnets come in. A magnetic receiver would take electrical signals, translate them, and then send currents through your brain tissue. And we're not just talking about words here, but images and feelings too. In the 2014 study, scientists used a magnetic receiver to activate a part of the visual cortex, which triggered light flashes called phosphenes. If scientists unlock how the brain works, different parts of your brain could be triggered for different types of communication. But this is where we get into some sticky areas, because what if you don't want someone reading your thoughts? To protect people from invasive mind readers, the telepathy technology would need strong protection memories, dreams, fears, your passwords. There are some things you don't want other people to know. If you were to have a removable EEG reader, you could put it on only when you want to use it. But an implanted EEG reader would need some sort of off button. Otherwise, you'd be vulnerable to mind-reading hackers accessing all of your thoughts. And you'd also have to practice focusing your mind. Once that communication channel is open, anything could be sent through it. Even those snippets of daydreams that you don't want anyone else to hear or see. With widespread telepathy, our world would change drastically. You'd see team sports where the players are linked up together, moving in synchronized motion, and complex game plays. Creators and innovators would be able to share their ideas easier. Instead of trying to put thoughts that are hard to communicate into words, you could simply share your thoughts with others. In the meantime, I use trends.co to learn and collaborate with entrepreneurs, founders, and the movers and shakers of the world. It might not be telepathy, but I get to dive deep into the minds of leaders from every industry. I can also share my ideas, get feedback, and grow a community that helps me get ahead of the newest craze. And with articles like The Future of Media and Pop Culture, I can see how other media brands and creators are growing their audiences. I love hearing from all sorts of innovators in Trends bi-weekly newsletter, highlighting stories from around the community. Trends.co is not just the ultimate knowledge hub from the hustle, it's also a place where like-minded people can build and create together. And hey, someday you might be able to link up telepathically, and get even greater insight into the brightest business minds. But for now, you'll have to be content with using a good old phone, tablet, or computer to access inspiring insights. And right now, you can get your first 7 days for just $1. Go to trends.co/ for your 7-day, $1 trial. And when you can access other people's thoughts, and they're accessing yours, you'd need a way to disconnect. Your brain would be pretty cluttered if people could just send you thoughts all day and night long. And sometimes, you might not want to know what another person is thinking. Privacy would become more rare, and new mental health issues could arise from extended use of telepathy. If scientists could truly unlock the mysteries of the brain, then the possibilities are endless. Virtual reality simulations could be sent right into your mind. You could record your dreams,